Turn up your radio, blast your stereo. You wanna hate on us, Joe? Need to ease on us. I know why they hating on us, 'cause we got so fabulous. I'ma be real on us, nobody got nothing on us. Girls be all on us, from London back down to the US. We rockin' it contagious, monkey business outrageous. Just confess your girl admits that we the shit. FRESH, we fresh. GEF, that's right, we different. We definite. BEP, we reppin' it. So turn me up, turn me up, turn me up. Come on, baby, just pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it. Yo, yo. Turn up your radio, blast your stereo right now. This joint is sizzling, sizzling. Turn up your radio, blast your stereo right. Pump it, pump it.
Hello, everyone. It is Friday, September 27th, and it is 6 p.m. here in California. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone, on this warm day here in San Francisco, over 80 degrees. And even my room where I'm filming this is pretty warm tonight, so I'm already breaking a little bit of a sweat. So how's everyone this evening? How's the audio and video? Please let me know. We have Plush Mickey with us. Hang on, we've got a little new thing here. And we've got Plush Mickey. Hello to Plush. Welcome, Elizabeth. And we've got Juanita. Welcome, Juanita. Nice to see you. And our buddy Yoshi Bros. Yoshi Bros. We've got we've got a little bit of technical difficulties with my new little setup here. I'm just setting up something where you can basically see the person's comments on the screen. And Yoshi's saying, it's finally Friday. Definitely Shirley Robert is live and glad to be resting. So much work. And yes, I do need a break tomorrow. Yes, you had a good week, Mr. Yoshi. You did a lot of training, right? And we have Marg with us. Hey, Robert. How are you? And our good buddy Dirtweed, a.k.a. Scotty's with us from Long Island, I believe. Hey, hello, Rob, Juanita, Plush, Yosh, and Marg. Hope everyone is doing well this Friday and excited for the weekend. Training was for 2 days. The other 3 days was online for work, says Yoshi. Dirtweed says he's in St. Catharines. It's grape and wine weekend here. Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought you were in Long Island, Scotty. So you live in Canada? And Elizabeth just woke up from a nap, she says. Nice. I rested a little bit myself this afternoon. It was so hot today, so I had to, I had to take a couple hours nap in my little air-conditioned room. My AC unit doesn't work that great, though. It was still kind of warm in there. Same town as Christine. For some reason, I thought Christine lived in Niagara Falls, no? Anyone have exciting plans for the weekend? Doing anything pretty cool? Oh, I see. She just films there a lot. Got you. Christine visits Niagara Falls a lot, but does not actually live in Niagara Falls. That I did not know because she does do a lot of Niagara Falls content. I'm not sure if I've seen too many St. Catharines, streams from her there. But I'll have to double check the channel and see. I've been to St. Catharines before a long time ago. How's the weather where you guys are? Is it starting to cool off? Mark's asking, is that another virtual background? No, this is my actual apartment. This is my actual apartment. I have a beautiful view from up here in my high-end condo. This is one of 4 penthouses in the building. I own 2 of them. Maybe she will stream the parade tomorrow. And what parade would that be, Scott? Is there a parade in September? What's the big parade in St. Catharines? I'm just kidding with you, Marg. I tend to, I can be anywhere in the world with this virtual background, can I? In September, there must be some interesting events. It would be cool if I lived here, though, right? I mean, look at the furniture and everything. It's all like so chic. And you've got nice coffee table to drink some wine or whatever in the evening and enjoying the view there. Niagara Wines Fest. You call it grape and weed. Oh, do you go there and indulge in a lot of the cannabis products that they have in Ontario? That's obviously legal. I doubt they have it at the actual parade, but still hot. 85 degrees in Hawaii. That's actually how much it got to today downtown. And We're not used to that, obviously, here. And now they're saying there's going to be a big heat wave coming in October. So that's going to be interesting to have a heat wave in October. Because most places, they don't get too hot in October, but apparently the Bay Area does. Just in the middle of harvesting your plants. Oh, you've got some plants you're growing there, eh, Mr. Dirtweed? Is that why you call yourself Dirtweed? And I'm sure it's very good stuff, right, Scotty? Now, why did I think you lived in Long Island? Under your other account, I believe you mentioned you lived in Long Island or in New York State. Oh, you hope the plant was gifted to you. And what's the ERN, Dirtweed ERN? What's that mean, Scott? And we have our man Diffie in the chat. Welcome to Diffie. Nice to see you, sir. You are in North Bay, and you do videos with Brad sometimes, right? And I believe you also have your own channel. So everyone check out Diffie. He's a great guy. Him and Brad do cool videos together, and they're good buddies. Oh, well, Liberty Tree lives in Staten Island, not Long Island. Scott Ernie Peters. Ah. So Scott Briggs is a different person then? Oh, thanks for posting the link to Diffie there, Juanita. If you guys want to check out Diffie's channel, he makes interesting videos. Him and Brad are out in nature all the time, and it's a pretty cool place up there in North Bay, Ontario. Gotcha, because I feel like you guys have the same, what's it called? What's this little thing called? The little icon or emoji? What is that? Oh, thumbnail, sorry. Yeah, the same little thumbnail. For some reason, I thought you and Scott Briggs had the same thumbnail. North Bay is a nice place to live in. I'll bet, it looks like a pretty cool small town to hang out in, and you guys have so much nature up there. I believe you're near Lake, is it Nipissing? Which is a very large lake right up there. It's basically, those lakes up north are like the Great Lakes pretty much. They're pretty big lakes. Lake Nipissing and the Deep Trout Lake. Yes, I've heard of Lake Nipissing. It's pretty famous. There's also a lake in Ontario called Lake Nipigon. And Deep Trout Lake. Yeah, you guys probably have pretty good fishing up there, huh? Can catch all kinds of trout. Do they have sturgeon? The thumbnail is a dried pumpkin that I still have. Oh, is that what it is? Okay. Okay, maybe it's slightly different than Scott Briggs. You're Scott Peters, so I thought maybe you had created two accounts, but no, you guys have different thumbnails, or I guess avatars, whatever you want to call those. So I'll remember that now from now on. You're Scott Peters. I am too strong for that flimsy thing, Mark. Diffie says. Oh, for the slingshot? You guys were using a slingshot, eh? Jack-o'-lantern. Speaking of which, we're only 1 month away from Halloween. Do you guys enjoy Halloween? I do. I didn't When I was younger, I didn't necessarily always dress up like when I was a kid, yes, but as an adult, I didn't. But the last few years I've been in California, I've enjoyed wearing a costume to work and going to, clubs and stuff all dressed up. We have sturgeon in the French River, but it's illegal to target sturgeon. That I didn't know. Okay, so you're not allowed to fish for sturgeon. Oh, he's got a much better slingshot. And these aren't like just for fun. These slingshots are for like killing animals, right? Or for hunting, I should say. And Diffie, you play some games on your live streams. So we'll all have to check out that. Still figuring out this little plug-in that I got. Can you Walmart sturgeon? We have too many kids that come to the neighborhood. Are you talking about Halloween? Here, I was surprised last year because I live in a very residential neighborhood. Like it's all houses here, and but not one single person came for trick or treating last year. I had like a whole bowl of candy and nobody came. It was strange. Maybe, and we have a doorbell, but like it's kind of the doorway's kind of hidden. You gotta like there's the garage, and then there's like a little alcove that you go to the doorway. So maybe it's not that easy to find our like door to knock on. But yeah, that was pretty strange. Over 1,000 kids come to your neighborhood for trick or treating. Over 1,000 kids live in your neighborhood. That's not possible. What do you live like in some sort of children's neighborhood where everybody has to have kids who lives there, or? Exactly. That's the only time of the year where you can just knock on strangers' doors and they're not gonna like bring out a shotgun and tell you to get lost, right? Your place is famous. And Mark says that only happens in the States. Yeah, that's true. Although in Canada, people have shotguns. I bet you Diffie has a shotgun. Every house is outside waiting. It's like a party. Oh, okay. Well, that sounds like a fun time. I mean, if everybody is outside and enjoying the nice weather in Hawaii, it's probably not too cold on Halloween, right? As I have my coffee here this evening. Even though it's hot, I still like drinking coffee. I know it's weird, but First year was canceled. You have no shotguns, only in your video game. Oh, okay. Well, shotgun's useful if you want to hunt, or if you just want to, if you live out in the woods, it's good to have one just in case, because you never know when you might run into some bears. Yes, Nightbot. Listen to him. Like and subscribe. And click all the other fancy buttons, please. You shot a few rifles and held an AR-15? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've been to a gun shooting range before, but only did like handguns and revolvers. Revolvers are not easy to shoot. There's a lot of, what's it called, kickback. What kind of shoes do I wear? I wear a running shoe. It's called Saucony, Saucony. Not super expensive, but very comfortable shoes. And I have like these really good insoles that I buy as well, which cost almost as much as the actual shoe. The shoes are only like 50 something bucks, and the insoles are like 40 something bucks. And then when I wear those insoles with those shoes, though, it's like very, very comfortable. It's like I'm walking on air. Now, I did try wearing barefoot shoes before. Johnny Strides mentioned them on his channel. He wears barefoot shoes, and I did buy a pair, and I'm wearing them now, but I don't wear them outside because when you walk on the cement with the barefoot shoes, they have so little support for the soles. The soles are so thin, and there's no arch support. You can really feel your feet hitting the cement like pretty hard, so they're not that comfortable to walk outdoors with. But in the house, and in the States, we all wear our shoes in the house, so you can. They're very comfortable because they're very wide and loose on your foot, and you don't really need like a lot of padding when you're walking around in the house. Sauconys are good. I find barefoot shoes too thin too. I mean, I think for doing outdoor walks on the hard cement, you need some nice padding. But here in my house, I do wear the barefoot shoes. They're kind of like my house slippers, even though they're not slippers. Asics is very good as well. Asics is a good brand of shoes too. Yep. I thought about getting Asics before. Sauconys aren't very well known. I'm surprised you guys have heard about them. They have them in Canada. Scotty says, I still like my Chucks. Chuck Taylor, Converse, Canvas, high tops, which come in all those different colors. A very cute looking shoe. Very popular shoe. And what are On Cloud shoes? What are those? Never heard of that before. Okay, you guys have Sauconys in Canada. That's good. I buy everything online, so I don't even go to the stores because I wear 10 wide. And so, like, if you go to a shoe store, you're probably not even going to find 10 wide. I mean, some places might have it, but most athletic shoe stores, they don't carry that many sizes. And we have Mr. Bloodhound with us coming in saying, I have big wide feet, so I usually wear Sauconys, New Balance, or Brooks. Nice, nice. Sauconys are great because they come in 10 wide. They're the perfect width for my feet. And New Balance is also good. And Brooks has been around for a long time. I think I had Brooks back in the day. I think I've had a pair of Brooks. Elizabeth says she prefers New Balance. New Balance is very good. The New Balance factory, I believe, is in Massachusetts. I've seen that before in the Boston area. That's where New Balance is located. Bloodhound. And where are you typing in from there, Bloodhound? Made in the USA, New Balance sneakers are quite good. Yes, they are made in the USA. They're made in Massachusetts. They have a very large factory there, and that's where they were founded. Bloodhound's typing in from Toronto. And how is the weather there this evening? Is it finally cooling off? I guess there would be a few of you from Toronto, right? Marg, Yoshi. It's finally cooling down as it's heating up in the Bay Area for some reason. I don't know why. I guess they say September is the hottest month here, but it seems kind of strange that you would get like this kind of weather in September. And Bloodhound says he's originally from Nova Scotia. And Mark says, yep, she's from Toronto. In fact, I've met Mark before when I went to the Triple T meetup. She was there. And you meet a lot of the streamers. Didn't you meet Tara the other day, T-Shods? And didn't you have lunch with Henry before recently at the CNE? So Marg is on a lot of... Marg's a star over there in Toronto. She's one of the more popular supporting actresses when it comes to all of the live streamers. It was fun growing up in Canada, but once it starts getting into late September, October, and you have the winter coming soon, I kind of dread that. It's like, oh my God, that it's gonna get so dark and so cold and so, oh God. Mark says she sniped Tara a few days ago. You haven't met Henry for a while, right? Right. But you met Johnny and Action Kid and all of the big stars. And we have Jazz with us. Jazz coming in from Texas, on fire. Hello, Jazz. How's the weather over there in Texas land? Texas was once its own country, kind of like California. California was once called the Republic of California, and Texas was once called the Republic of Texas. I'm glad you got to meet everyone. It feels good to finally meet all the people that you've been watching for so long, right? Haven't seen Action Kid do a live stream in a while. I think he must still be recovering, poor guy. That trip was a bit of a disaster there for him in Toronto, the poor guy. I mean, having to get hurt and then also pay for all of your health care. Oh man, what a mess. And then he had the issue where when he was in Niagara Falls, his whole like memory card died, and he lost a whole bunch of footage. It would have cost a lot more. If you don't have insurance, yes, it would have definitely costed a lot more in the States. But I assume he has health insurance in the States. I mean, he does live in the States full time, so it wouldn't have costed that much. There would have been some sort of deductible though. Like even when you go to the emergency room, they charge. It depends on your insurance plan. There's so many different plans, and there's so many different levels, and so many different clauses you can have in there. There's different deductible amounts. There's different things where you don't have to pay if you go here, but you do have to pay if you go here. It's so confusing. It's so confusing. I don't know if you're a baseball fan, but the Oakland A's played their last game in Oakland. That's what I heard. Now, I grew up a huge baseball fan. Baseball was always my favorite sport growing up. The Blue Jays were always my favorite team growing up, but lately I have not followed baseball too much. But I did read about Oakland playing their last game. It was on all the news sites. You know how basically they have. I don't think it's official that they're moving to Vegas yet, but I think they're done with Oakland. I don't know. I think they're moving to Sacramento maybe for a year or something. What a mess. You don't think he has insurance? Are you sure? I believe in New York State you almost have to have insurance. I believe most states have this mandatory insurance now. But he does live in Florida permanently, so it's possible. Kaiser Permanente is the big dog in California. That's the HMO we had when I lived in San Diego, right? And Kaiser Permanente is not just an insurance company. They run hospitals as well. In fact, I have a roommate, his name is Eddie. He's a nurse, a full-time nurse at Kaiser Permanente. Big money in healthcare here in the States, especially in California. They're moving to a triple A stadium in Sacramento. Oh, that's hard. I don't know, man. That's for a team like Oakland to be playing in some triple A stadium, getting what, like 5,000 fans a night. That's sad. That's sad. Yes, I believe you're right. Downtown Oakland. That's right. They want to move to Las Vegas, but funding for the new stadium is up. Well, I mean, they can move if they get the funding, but I think, like, didn't Oakland already lose the Raiders? Where do the Raiders play now? Don't they play in Las Vegas? Or is it LA? I'm so out of the sports thing. I would have known this back in the day. I knew everything about football. Golden State used to also play in Oakland, but okay, yeah, they're in Vegas. Yeah, and Golden State now plays in, like, the Golden State Warriors play downtown San Francisco, in a very nice place called the Chase Center. Yes, they lost the Raiders. Well, I mean, look, have you seen Oakland? I've only been there a couple times. I mean, it's not a great place. It's very, very. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of theft. There's a lot of shoplifting. A lot of homeless. A lot of drug addicts. More tent encampments in Oakland than they have in San Francisco. More homeless. More everything in San Francisco. Whatever we have in San Francisco, Oakland has more, and of the bad stuff. So I don't see, so it's obviously a city in decline. You know what I mean? Culturally, financially, and just, it's kind of just pathetic the way Oakland has gone down the drain. No, it's not a good city. You don't really feel safe anywhere in Oakland. You can't leave your car parked anywhere without it getting broken into. Last year they had 35,000 cars stolen in Oakland in 1 year. Okay? That's 100 cars a day stolen in Oakland, or 10 cars a day or something like that. Either way, it's a lot of cars. 35,000 cars in 1 year stolen, just stolen. Like, how do you even steal a car? You know what I mean? Like, so this area has become very crime ridden, the Bay Area, and it's because they're so lax on criminals. Nobody goes to jail. Nobody goes to jail. You can do whatever you want, and the judges will just let you go. You know what I mean? So it's very rare to be punished for crimes around here. In fact, I feel like a lot of people support the criminals over, like, the good, hardworking people who are the victims. So it's a very sad way of life around here in many ways. Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't blame her. There's government buildings in Oakland, and they are basically emptied out because no one will even work there anymore. They all refuse to go to the office. Everyone's like, I'm working from home. I am not going to downtown Oakland and risking my life every day. Elizabeth is shocked at the state of Oakland. It's bad. It's bad. Then they recalled their mayor and their district attorney this year. Like they're both going to be on the ballot for recall elections. Both the mayor and the district attorney, because it's such a poor job that they're doing. The district attorney doesn't put anyone in jail, no matter how bad they are. Like somebody killed a poor 2-year-old boy, and she refused to press the highest charges. I mean, he did get charged with murder, but they're supposed to add like more charges on for gang related activity, and she refused to. And like it was a 2-year-old kid the guy killed. An In-N-Out closed in Oakland. I know. If an In-N-Out's the most popular restaurant in California. Do I work from home? No. But I don't have a full-time job right now. I'm sort of in between jobs. Like I do work normally in the biotech industry, but so I'm just right now I am working from home doing YouTube. But when I finally get like a real job, I will have to go to the office every day because I work in the lab, and so there's no real ability to do that from home. Juanita's shocked at the state of the Bay Area. And we have our man Devin Sullivan with us. Good to see you, buddy. Saying remote into a lab, you need a pretty good robot for that. Eventually we'll have that. We have driverless cars, so I don't see why they can't do automatic and robotic lab workers. Everyone's welcoming our good buddy Devin, who makes videos from Grand Rapids, and he's an expert at a lot of things, it seems. He even knows how to cook. What did you make the other day? Oh, some sort of chocolate sauce or something like that, Devin? That sounded pretty good. As we reach the 37-minute mark, make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoy content from San Francisco. Chocolate for coating straw. Yeah, but that's not bad. That sounds pretty good. Thanks, Juanita, for posting Devin's channel. Although he often says he doesn't want to post videos anymore, I have a feeling you will post more videos because you're a camera guy. You know a lot about videography. And you also brewed a batch of light beer. That's right. So beer, chocolate. What else do you know how to make? You are a jack of many trades, it sounds like. Let's be back in 1 second to grab some water. You can do pizza from scratch, but the yeast does most of the work. Yep, that's a good way of putting it, but still, doing pizza from scratch isn't that easy because you need like a very hot oven, don't you? You can't just cook it in the... Can you cook it at 450 degrees, or you need like an 800 degree oven to make possible, like to make real like, crispy pizza crust? Elizabeth wants to know, what was the name of the music I played at the beginning? I will post the the name of that song right here. That was it. Pump it louder. Set the oven to 425 and do not open the oven to check the pizza. Okay. But how do you make the dough? That song pumps me up at the beginning. Yeah, that's a good song. Most of the songs off the Tiesto album are very good. That came out. It's called Tiesto Drive. Came out in 2022. I haven't had dinner yet, but I'll probably get Mexican food later from a very nice Mexican restaurant we have that's very close by. And what's great is they have like drive-through there, and so you can just drive through, order what you want. I usually get the enchilada dinner plate. Comes with rice, beans, two enchiladas, and what's great is they always give free chips and salsa with everything you order, and it's homemade chips and homemade salsa, and it's really good, very authentic. Oh, your comment's not fitting on my screen here. So you use sourdough starter, and then it's just a bread recipe otherwise. Cover the middle of the pizza with uncooked beans, okay, and blind bake the crust for 8 to 12 minutes before putting uncooked beans on a pizza? Seems kind of strange. What kind of uncooked beans do you put on there? So you do sourdough pizza crust, eh? That's interesting. To weigh down the center of the dough and to keep it from puffing up. Ah, gotcha. So those uncooked beans are just serving as you're not eating them or anything. You're just using them so that it doesn't puff up. Gotcha. They're using them as a weight. Ah, that's interesting. That's very interesting. With proper airflow, a pizza oven runs at 275 to 285 Fahrenheit? Not Fahrenheit. That's not very hot. It must be Celsius. Because 285, you can't really cook anything at that temperature. Yahya the Transit Guy says hello. Welcome to Yahya from Toronto. $375 really? And that's enough to cook a pizza? But what do you make and that's enough to do like a homemade pizza? Yes, Yahya is in Toronto. And Yahya's been on people's streams before. I met you before when I was on Henry's stream. Sometimes set it to 475 if the oven can't hold its temp. Okay, and what about using a convection oven? Would that work, or an air fryer? Yahya's watching fishing content, interested in some fishing. 18 minutes to cook, preheated pizza stone. Okay. Okay, I've heard of a pizza stone. It's one of those round things that you put in the oven that kind of act as a flat surface for you to cook the pizza on. Well, you can always cook two pizzas, Devin. One vegetarian for the vegans and vegetarians in the chat. And, oh, the guy caught a cone snail. Is that dangerous? Doesn't sound too too dangerous, a cone snail. I don't think anyone's ever been bit by a snail. Didn't know about that. No clue, Elizabeth. Learn something new every day. The stone is a slab from an old. It just fits into the oven. Got you. Yeah, and is that to keep it nice and uniform? The heat at the bottom. You go vegetarian with pizza: spinach, yellow onion, banana peppers. But you do love turkey, bacon, and pepperoni on your pizza. Okay. I can eat vegetarian pizza all day. I don't necessarily need meat on my pizza. Mark says, when is your birthday, Robert? My birthday is in February, February 10th. What about you, Marg? Devin knows about these unique creatures. Yes, I am an Aquarius. Exactly. Yours is October 25th. Oh, that's coming up in a month. Nice, Mark. And what symbol are you in October? I can't remember. Is that like Scorpio or something? Super pretty shells on those cone snails. I don't really follow too much astrology, but I know that I am that. Mark's a Scorpio. Very nice, Mark. Anyone have very exciting plans for this weekend? Yahya offers up the fact that he's a Sagittarius. Master of many, or a master of none, but practice many. Well, it's good to have a very eclectic personality and eclectic amount of knowledge. It's very useful to know little things here and there. Yahya's born December 10th. Okay, I'm February 10th. Juanita's not doing nothing. She's a Taurus. I could see that, Juanita. You seem like a Taurus. I'm just kidding. Addie Love says, sorry, I'm sleeping. I'll be waking a couple. Oh, no worry. You're gonna wake up at 9:49 tonight in on the East Coast. Good time to wake up. You wish you were a Gem. What does it matter if you're a Gemini or not? Yeah. I'll be all set if we have an apocalypse. Pizza and beer. Yes, you know how to make homemade pizza, homemade beer, and homemade chocolate sauce. What else do you need in life? And Plush is also a Taurus, so you and Juanita are, sisters. Scotty saying, I'm going to prune the dead wood out of a 52-foot Colorado blue spruce for a couple of bucks. Go for it. That sounds like a useful thing to do. Pruning a tree will help it survive, right? And it'll be able to grow stronger. Yes, says Juanita. May 7th. We'll try and remember that. Oh, yes. The smell of spruce in general is an amazing smell. Spruce and pine are just wonderful scents. Wonderful scents. And we have Cynthia Ava in the chat. Hello, Robert and friends, she says. Welcome, Cynthia. Nice to see you. And our buddy David C. is also with us. Nice to see you, David. And Juanita's born May 5th, so her and Elizabeth are real close to each other. So we'll have to remember that and have like a double birthday celebration for them. And Dirtweed says he's going to have a bonfire after he prunes all the deadwood. That makes sense. What are you going to do with the deadwood otherwise, right? Yeah, that sounds like a useful day, a nice physical day. Get some work done and then relax by the bonfire. And I don't know, drink or eat. It is whatever you like to drink or eat. Cynthia is watching the Stephen King movie marathon. Thinner is on now. Never seen it before. Never seen that. Never seen Thinner by Stephen King. Is that a newer one? I've heard of a lot of Stephen King movies. I haven't seen a lot of Stephen King movies. One that I saw back in the 80s, I don't know if you guys remember it. It's called Maximum Overdrive. That was a good one. And The Stand was also very good. It's also from the 80s. I think it was a mini series. All I remember is if you rented the VHS tape, it was either like 2 or maybe 4 tapes. You love the Langoliers, though it's super long. His movies are often very long. Juanita says, that's my movie. That's her movie, the Thinner one. Older one. Someone puts a curse on someone. It just started. I love Carrie and The Stand and It. Yes, It. And don't forget Cujo and also, what's the one? The Shining. Don't forget The Shining. The Shining's crazy. Yes, it was 4 VHS tapes. It came in a I worked at Blockbuster when I was younger, so I remember all the movies that were on VHS. I love his writing. Yeah, I haven't read too many Stephen King books, but I've seen a few of the movies. Thinner is on AMC tonight. Oh, nice. And Juanita remembers Maximum Overdrive. Maximum Overdrive had a very interesting theme where all the machines start thinking on their own and they come to life and they are not happy. They get very angry and start doing real bad stuff, whether it's cars or other machines. Like, I can't remember exactly what happened in that movie. Emilio Estevez was in it, though. Christine was just on. Christine's another movie. Yep. Thinner came out in 96. Okay, I don't remember that one. Have I checked out Big Jet TV? No, but that's on my list of channels to check out. Yes, I do want to check that one out. Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting to watch. Plane Spotting. Yeah, Juanita remembers Maximum Overdrive when the machines went wild and just started causing all kinds of trouble. Yes, Christine is good. The circus tractor trailer, all dressed up with a face of a Maximum Overdrive. Yes. Yes, now you guys remember a Maximum Overdrive. That wasn't like super popular, but it was good. And The Shining was earlier today. I DVR it. Yeah, that's not a movie you really want to be watching on your own, like at night by yourself. Rose Red was pretty good. I don't think I've ever heard of that one. Is that also a Stephen King movie? Elizabeth says she didn't watch any movies. She's not a movie person. Not even Disney movies? Oh, it was a miniseries? Yep. Maximum Overdrive used to air on TBS all the time. Yes. TBS was such a good channel. I don't know if they still have cool stuff on it, though. TNT was good, too. Yeah, Shining definitely had a lot of supernatural. It's known for being a pretty scary movie. Yeah, I wouldn't watch Shining all by myself. Too scary, eh, Marg? I'm not big into scary movies. The Stand is scary, but it's dystopian. It also has a lot of supernatural kind of stuff in it. Yahya says, "Oh, by the way, if you need it, okay, good to know, Yahya. I'll keep you on the list. We have a few people who would like to be mods. At least those kind of movies. Yeah, nowadays I don't really watch too many movies in general. I kind of like series better because 2 hours is a long time to me sit there and watch a movie." Devin says, "I liked the old Sci-Fi channel. It got worse and worse and became Sci-Fi, which I think sounds like a disease." Oh, they changed the name to Sci-Fi. That's right. Yeah. The old Sci-Fi channel. Yeah, I think I watched that once in a while. Not really, though. I'm not really into sci-fi movies that much. I mean, unless you count Star Wars as sci-fi, but for me, that's more of an epic saga. Yeah, it's like, nah, I don't like movies. Cynthia doesn't love movies, but around this time of year, I can watch Christmas movies. I'll watch a Christmas movie. I'll watch movies that you don't have to think too much about anymore. I've thought enough in my life. I don't need to think too much anymore. I'm just kidding. No, I like watching more like I like binge watching television series. I think the last one I binge watched was on Hulu. It was called Shogun. It was a very well made television series. Complete the following sentence. I like live streams, but I am not a fan of vloggers that blank. Movies while you do other things. Yeah, because movies are kind of long, and thing with movies is I always seem to know how it's going to end anyway, so the movies are very formulaic now. It's like, they got the good guy, the bad guy. The good guy always wins. If it's a romantic comedy, they're going to fall in love at the end. Of course, they're going to get in a fight halfway through because the guy will have done something. But the girl always forgives him. Good Christmas movie is Holiday Inn. The old musical one is a great watch. Okay. Home Alone's my favorite Christmas movie. I am binge watching Gilmore Girls. It's my late night TV. I've heard of Gilmore Girls. I've never seen Gilmore Girls, but I've heard of Gilmore Girls. Is it interesting? I've never. I don't know what Gilmore Girls is about. Is it? I've seen Gossip Girl before, but not Gilmore Girls. What's that about? Is it? You see it a lot on the streaming channels. Gilmore Girls. It's sweet and witty. A mother-daughter dramedy. Cool. I don't mind movies like that. In a quaint New England town. Oh, I love those quaint New England towns. New England is a very picturesque place, especially around Christmas time. Marg is heading out for the night. You're very welcome. Thanks for joining, Marg, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great weekend, Marg. And let's see if this comment fits. Die Hard beats Home Alone any day. Well, yes. Gilmore Girls is great for a couple of seasons. It's about a mom and daughter from a small town as the daughter goes to college. Very witty, fast, and amusing. Good to know. Okay, maybe I'll check out Gilmore Girls. I believe it's on a lot of the different streaming channels, so I think I think I can easily find that one. Take care, Marg. We'll see you on the next one. It's probably getting late over there out east. We've already hit the 1 hour mark. Tonight's stream seems to be going fast. Make sure you click like and subscribe, and we will we'll see you on the next one, Marg. Addie's not a big movie fan, but Ace Ventura was really good. Ace Ventura was an excellent movie. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. See, they had funny movies back in those days. Now, like, I don't know how funny the movies are because there were so many funny actors like Jim Carrey and what's that guy from Happy Gilmore, Adam Sandler. Oh, it's only 10 p.m. It's 10 p.m. over there. But that's maybe Mark goes to bed a little early, Cynthia. Don't worry about it. I also used to work in a bed and breakfast, so that aspect of the show and the little New England town amuses me as well. Well, I like, so it's about a bed and breakfast. That seems like a cute little show. I like more wholesome shows now, nothing too crazy. Yes, 10 p.m. out east. And I believe the clocks will probably be going back soon. I'm not exactly sure when that happens. But then it's going to get very dark out east. And kind of out west too, but... Oh, yeah. Right. No, it's not quite that late yet, but everybody goes to bed at different times. Addie's just waking up and it's 10 o'clock, so I don't know what time that guy sleeps at. You said it was, yes. I mean, last night I tried to go to bed early and I just couldn't. I stayed up till like 2 a.m. doing absolutely nothing, just hanging out on my computer. Yeah, nobody likes fall back. I don't know why they have to do that to us and make it get dark at like 5 p.m. I remember I lived in Boston and it would get dark sometimes at like 4:30 in January, all right? And it's like, oh my God, I'm driving home from work or walking home from work and it's already dark. Devin's tired of this time change business. If he was president of the United States, he'd just put an end to it. 2 a.m. is your bedtime. Whoa, you are a night owl. I don't know if I could stay up that late every single night, but sometimes I do. Tonight I probably will because I took an afternoon nap, so I'll probably be up late. It was nice and warm today. Yeah, that's so annoying, right? And especially when it's freezing cold outside. It's cold and dark. Like those things aren't a very good mix. 7:40 p.m. is the sunset over there in Michigan. I feel like the Eastern time zone is a little too big. Like it goes all the way from Boston to Detroit or Michigan. Like maybe even more west than Detroit. So it's like I mean, I feel like that's too big of an area for everybody to be on the same time zone. In Canada, there's actually a fifth time zone known as the Atlantic time zone. I think New England should be in the Atlantic time zone, but that's just my opinion. Oh, this is my Pacific Heights condo. I didn't change the furniture. I'm just streaming from somewhere else tonight. 8 p.m. weekday and 11 p.m. weekend for me. Oh, you go to bed at 8 p.m.? Plush? No, I've seen you in the chat later than that. Way too big. That's what she said. I'm in Eastern and I'm in West Michigan. Yes. Yes. I believe all of Michigan is in the Eastern time zone. I might be wrong about that. And oh, your bedtime. Yeah, that's 8 p.m. is a bit early. I only start my streams at 8 p.m. sometimes. Blackpink. Hi, Robert. How are you doing? Blackpink says, welcome, Blackpink, the famous K-pop band. Now, are you the real Blackpink or just you like the name? Devin says, when we get into winter, I'll be walking in the dark to work and walking home in the dark. That's so annoying. And where do you work, Devin? You don't have to share with us if you don't want. Juanita's laughing. There's some in the upper part of Michigan that might be in the central time zone. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that either. Nightbot getting very angry at Cynthia because she posted nothing. She didn't do anything. I don't know why he got mad at you. I'm not even seeing any emojis. I agree, Cynthia. Maybe I should just disable Nightbot. Oh, true, Plush. So that means when I'm streaming at 8 o'clock, it's only 5 o'clock over there. So that makes sense. Yeah, Nightbot is annoying because it seems to, basically, when you're not, it's deleting messages when you're not even posting. I gotta fix that. Maybe I don't need it as a mod necessarily because we have mods. We have Juanita here. And I can always delete comments. Blackpink loves Rihanna. I like Rihanna too. Rihanna is an excellent singer. Working at a seafood place where you hunt for a real job. Yeah, you know how it is. There's nothing wrong with working in the restaurant industry. It's it's good money. It's good. It's very important to provide food for people. So. I saw my local native guy today, and he was wearing black and pink. Guess what I was thinking? You were thinking Blackpink. You like Twice songs. Well, we have another friend of yours here called Twice Misamo, and probably that's you as well, or it could be your twin or another chat bot. Who knows if you people are even real. But yes, I've heard of Twice because of Twice Misamo. Michigan is eastern except for Upper Peninsula. Gotcha. Upper Peninsula. And that's, isn't there a part of the Upper Peninsula where you basically have to, go through Canada to get to it? Addie loves Rihanna, too. There's nothing wrong with Rihanna. Rihanna's awesome. Now, BTS, Taekook, Namjoon, and Yoonmin ships, that's not good music. K-pop is not good music. Rihanna's good. K-pop, no. Devin's a chat bot. Okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe that's part of Washington State. Juanita agrees that K-pop, not the best music in the world. But one time Twice mentioned that they like, what's it called? Moves Like Jagger. That's a good song. Moves Like Jagger. You like the movie Disney Pixar Inside Out 2. That I have not seen. I have not seen Inside Out 2. Possibly, I'm only as smart as the dummy who programmed me. That's right. There is a town in Washington State that you have to go through Canada. That's right. That's weird, right? And during the pandemic, there was all kinds of issues there because they couldn't cross borders and stuff. Inside Out 1 and 2 are both great. I haven't seen those movies, but people seem to like them. So maybe I'll check out, what's it called? Inside Out. Eating a fluffernutter sandwich. Fluffernutter is something that they have out in New England that's like kind of like a marshmallow stuff, or they have it out east. I don't know if they have that out west. K-pop fills the boy band void for teens and preteens, but isn't K-pop girl bands mostly, or do they also have boy bands as well? And that place is called Port Roberts. You should take a listen to we listened to BTS the other day on our stream, and because twice, or maybe it was Blackpink that recommended it, and I didn't like it. I'm sorry, but I didn't like it. I did not like listening to K-pop. It's faster to get to New York for me driving to cut through Canada. Yes, that definitely makes sense. And MX Zolo comes flying in on the chat. Hello, MX Zolo, saying they do have boy bands. K-pop does have boy bands. Good to know. Good to know. Cynthia, welcome, MX Zolo. Cynthia loves marshmallow fluff. Marshmallow fluff is like a marshmallow spread, basically. Do I like burnt bacon sandwiches? I do not know what a burnt bacon sandwich is. BTS is a Korean boy band. Oh, BTS is boys. Okay, I thought it was girls. I didn't know that. Okay. A little K-pop goes a long way. And Blackpink even watches The Walking Dead Season 1. Blackpink is all into the movies, television shows, and music of the world. Bloodhound's asking, have I ever bowled New England candlepin style? That's right. I've never bowled it, but I've heard of it, and they do have a lot of candlepin bowling out in Massachusetts. You've never bowled the normal stuff. You only do candlepin. Okay, cool. We suck at body parts, but I want to play again. That or exotic animals. You want to play another trivia question? We could do a trivia game. We'll see what they have out there. Fluffernutter is a very New England thing, all right? There's a lot of things that are only in New England, and no one else knows about them, all right? And Fluffernutter is one of them. Burnt bacon on toast with mayo and peanut butter. I could do without the peanut butter, but burnt bacon on toast with mayo, I'll eat that all day. Deadpool and Wolverine, that's a new movie that came out. That looks good, actually. I don't really watch those Marvel superhero movies, but if you're into that, then you should go check it out. And Devin knows how to make candied bacon, it sounds like. Sounds delicious, not exactly sure what it is. It's probably bacon and a lot of sugar. Cynthia's like, oh, yes, Devin, candied bacon. That's where it's at. Yes, smash that like, folks. I also like the New England split open hot dog buns. Yes, where they have the bun and then they have the top has a slit, so you open it top and you put the hot dog bun in you put the wiener in the top. Basically, yep. Deadpool had a good soundtrack. Oh, did it? Blackpink loves Britney. Britney is his idol. I don't know if Blackpink's a boy or a girl. Let's just say your dentist will be payable for his new boat. Yeah, if you're eating candied bacon, I imagine that would have a lot of sugar in it. Anything candied sounds sugar-coated. Yes, that's her most famous song, Britney. Blackpink doesn't mention Taylor Swift, though. I've never heard you say you like Taylor Swift. And isn't she the biggest singer in the world right now? Oh, you do like Taylor Swift and The Weeknd. The Weeknd is pretty good. Devin says, you don't need a lot of it. It's really good on a salad with strong cheese. Candied bacon? Yes. I wouldn't eat like a whole pound of candied bacon. And we have our good buddy, Kurt Affair. Hey, Robbie and everyone. Nice to see you, my man, from Toronto. Welcome, buddy. Everyone, welcome Kurt Affair to the chat. Beyonce and Taylor Swift, they're very famous singers. Almost too famous. When they go into towns, they basically take over the whole city. You watch American game shows at one time, way back when. Yeah, I used to watch game shows. My dad was always into game shows, so we used to watch a lot of game shows at home. I've seen many Price is Right and Let's Make a Deal and Family Feud episodes in my life. Godzilla by Eminem featuring Eminem. Okay, Eminem's one of the greatest rappers of all time, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But I feel like his music is not as. I'm not too excited about Eminem like I was when he first came out. He was awesome back in the day. Total Wipeout was a good game. I don't remember that one, but I remember Deal or No Deal with Howie Mandel. That was a very exciting one. And Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was a very good show. Addie likes jazz and jazz fusion. I haven't listened to too much jazz lately. Yes. Did you end up getting an air fryer? Not yet, but I'm looking into it. I'm looking into all the different brands and seeing which one I want. Yes, I'm. That's on my list of things to get for sure, Kurt. Tommy Richmond. I haven't heard of Tommy Richmond. Million Dollar Baby. Isn't that a movie? I could be wrong. You didn't get to watch Sabrina Carpenter on Wednesday because you're too tired after work. Oh, well, that's fine. You know what I mean? Was that like a concert that you were going to go to or something? Yeah. I've heard of Sabrina Carpenter. She's a very famous singer nowadays. Yes, I'm leaving you all in suspense. I will show you the air fryer when I finally get one, and I'll do like an unboxing. And Dirtweed, Scotty says, your buddy won the first Wipeout Canada edition. Interesting. So you know somebody that's been on the Wipeout game show. Blackpink's from Tokyo. Nice place to be from. And not the right time either to be sleeping late after. And when you get home, it's hard to fall asleep because you're all jacked up from the concert. Think the most extreme elimination challenge you've ever seen. It's the British equivalent, an obstacle course and swimming. Oh, yes. I don't know. What was that show called where they would go through obstacle courses? It was like a Japanese game show or something, and they would fall in the water all the time, and people would throw like balls at them. I can't remember, but it was hilarious. I like the raucous jazz of New Orleans. Cynthia likes the raucous jazz of New Orleans style jazz. There are different types of jazz. There's New Orleans jazz. There is Chicago-based jazz. There's Mississippi blues. I don't know if there's jazz from Mississippi. Yes. Well, you can go next time she comes. Is that a good song? Die with a Smile? Sounds pretty harsh. Chef had a great soundtrack with some awesome jazzy music. Chef. Cynthia likes Sabrina Carpenter. She's playing at Madison Square Garden. Tickets started at $250 for the nosebleed seats. So that's like just as expensive as Taylor Swift, no? Oh, yes. You love those guys. It was called the Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. Yes, I think I remember that. And make sure you smash that like button. I think most of you have subscribed, but if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and then you'll get the and then you also you go select the notifications. Make sure you select all, and then you'll know when I go live. Shawn Mendes is coming to Toronto. Yes, I've heard of Shawn Mendes. Which vlogger did you watch? You watched your girl Lizzo. Oh, very nice. Today I didn't watch too much YouTube. I had a bunch of stuff to do during the day, and then I took a nap, and so I've kind of been out of the YouTube today. Devin instructing everybody to click all those buttons. I don't know who those are. Dua Lipa and Billie Eilish. Ooh. Now, they're not performing together, right? They're just performing separately. I like Dua Lipa a lot. She's awesome. She sings kind of pop dance music. And the movie Chef stars Jon Favreau, Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, John Leguizamo, and Sofia Vergara. Now, that is one star-studded cast, my friend. That is a star-studded cast. Never heard of that movie, but now that you have told me all those actors are in it, I'm going to go check it out. I'd go watch Dua Lipa. I would go do it. She's a great performer and a very beautiful woman. Yeah, obviously they're performing separately. They don't have... Dua Lipa and Billie Eilish don't have similar music. Goo Goo Dolls. I don't know if I've... Oh, Goo Goo Dolls. Yeah, they're old school. Highly recommend watching Chef. I will. I will. That's a movie you said? Yes. I will check that out. That's probably available on streaming, right? And what was the other one? I'll have to go back through the chat and look that up. I'm behind on my watch list. Oh yeah, Gilmore Girls. You guys wanted me to watch Gilmore Girls. All right, I'll binge watch. I could probably binge watch it. There's many seasons, I believe, of Gilmore Girls because I've seen it on. I think it's free on Roku. There's a 2-hour-long Librarian episode in there too. I've heard of the Librarian. I think I watched the very first pilot of it, or was that the Librarians? Check out Dynamite by BTS. It's their first English language song. Okay, I'll check it out. Gangnam Style by Psy. Now that is a famous and cool song. I will give you that. I like the song Gangnam Style, and I love the video as well. If I watch Gilmore Girls, T-Shods will be happy. Well, is she a big fan of Gilmore Girls? Well, then I should watch it because T-Shods, I'm sure, has excellent taste in television shows. T-Shods is a great live streamer from Toronto. Tara, if you guys want to check out her channel, maybe Juanita, you can put a link to T-Shods' channel because if you guys enjoy my content, I think you guys will all enjoy T-Shods as well. You have to find the song Moonlight Sunrise by Twice. Okay, I'll look that up. Yes, I'm thinking the Librarians. Yes, this is a channel called The Librarian. Okay, the YouTube channel. Gotcha. Elizabeth likes Psy. I like Psy. I like that song by him, Gangnam Style. That's a good song. That's a very catchy song. And the dancing in it is good. That was one of the most... That really was one of the big YouTube songs that went viral. One of the first ones. I don't know if songs still go viral on YouTube, but that was huge. And it was the first Korean K-pop music I ever... It kind of made K-pop big in a way. If you ever want something stupid funny to watch while you eat, you recommend the show Psych. Oh, I've seen Psych. Murder Mystery of the Week with lots of great one-liners, silly in 80s, 90s. Yes, I've seen Psych. It's very popular on the streaming channels. I haven't seen all the seasons of Psych, but I like Psych. It is one good thing about it is you don't have to think too much. It's just kind of a funny, kind of almost goofy kind of show, which I like. Thanks, Juanita. Juanita says that's my favorite show. Psych is she lives for Psych. Psych is her thing. Who are the actresses in who are the actors in that? Dule Hill is one of them, and the other guy is his partner. And Dule Hill was also in West Wing, which is actually a very good show from the 90s. The West Wing was one of the better made dramas from the previous generation. James Roday is the other guy. Okay. Haven't seen him in too many other shows, but he's a very good actor as well. Psych, you could probably find that on various streaming I use Roku a lot because that's like the little thing that I have, which allows you to have any app you want on there. But it also has a lot of free shows on there, on the Roku channel. Could be Peacock. Peacock is, I don't watch much Peacock, but Peacock is not a bad streaming service. I believe they had that soccer show on there. What was that guy's name? Or no, maybe that's Ted Lasso. Maybe that's on Apple. Twice is with us now. So we had Blackpink in the chat, and now Twice shows up. Now, I don't know if you guys are the same person, but welcome. And you like Oreo ice cream. Shrinking on Apple TV. I've never seen Shrinking. What's that about? It's also on Hallmark Mystery. Is Hallmark Mystery different than Hallmark? Is that a different streaming service? Ted Lasso is on HBO. Okay. Maybe I saw it on HBO Plus. Apple has some good shows, but I haven't watched too many streaming shows lately. I've been mostly watching YouTube. YouTube beats everything in my opinion. Twice likes The Simpsons. The Simpsons is a very good show. Been around for, I don't know, like 40 years now probably. Shrinking has some of the same creators as Ted Lasso. Harrison Ford is on a television show? Wow. Harrison Ford, never thought I would saw him on an actual television show. In movies, yes, but he's not known for doing series. I'll have to check that out because he's one of my favorite actors of all time. Might be one of the most famous actors of all time. Perhaps one of the greatest. Oh yes, I believe Ted Lasso is on Apple TV. And Harrison Ford should have won an Emmy. And Devin says YouTube beats regular TV epically with premium. You get a break. Oh, I have premium. I can't do without YouTube Premium. I haven't watched an ad on YouTube for like a year now. A rugged umbrella recommendation. The last thing I would want to watch is YouTube ads, especially political ads. That's not my thing. Death in Paradise. What's Death in Paradise? Mandy Patinkin. I know that guy. He's in one of those. I can't remember what that show was called, but it was about. It was a pretty intense show with Damian Lewis. The sun sets very slowly, and yes, and the clouds don't move at all. That's the beauty of San Fran. Twice likes Family Guy. Family Guy's a good show. Homeland with Damian Lewis and Man, that was very intense, almost too intense for me to watch nowadays because of all of the violence and the suspense. It takes you on a real emotional roller coaster ride. Kind of like 24. 24 was an intense show, man. It's like one bad guy dies and another bad guy is already there like minutes later. Scotty says there's a biopic on Omar Sharif on TVO's Channel 19. Omar Sharif, a very famous actor from like the 80s and stuff. I don't think I get TVO Channel 19 here in San Francisco. I believe TVO is TV Ontario. And yes, there's Pluto and that's free, and then there's also Tubi. Tubi has a lot of free stuff. And what's the other one? Yeah, there's a few that have a lot of free movies, television shows. You have to watch ads, but it's not a big deal. Haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy. That's like a Marvel movie or something, right? When it comes to Marvel, I'm not your guy. I'm not your guy. That is not my generation where I like to watch those Marvel movies. I never grew up reading comic books, and so no, I'm not a Marvel guy. Oh yes. Well, Juanita's favorite show is Psych, and Kurt seems to know has seen all the episodes, so you guys have a lot in common. One thing I like about Psych is it's just kind of goofy rather than takes itself too serious. Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio. Now that is old school twice. If you know that song, you are not young, okay? Gangsta's Paradise came out when I think I was still in high school. That is a very old tune. Yeah, House was kind of goofy too. I like House. I like House. House is good. Do I watch anime? No, I do not. I do not watch anime, but a lot of people do. Do you watch anime? What's good on the world of anime? Anime is mostly Japanese cartoons, right? But not necessarily for kids. They have adult anime too, like The Simpsons or whatnot is also a cartoon for adults. Never heard of that one twice. AOT, Attack on Titans. That's the name of the anime series that you watch. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Looks like I have a lot of shows to be binge watching over here now because you guys are recommending all kinds of stuff. Devin is rewatching Cowboy Bebop. Is that an anime as well? You said, oh, it's animated, yeah. Addie saw Daredevil with Ben and Jennifer. Then they got hooked up and had kids. Not sure how many. I'm not sure either. I believe Ben and Jennifer Lopez are actually getting divorced now. I read about that. So that didn't last very long. But Daredevil is not Jennifer Lopez. It's the other Jennifer Garner, who I think he was married to her. He's been married a couple times, that guy. I like the live action One Piece adaptation. That I've never heard of. Anime is not only Japanese, it's everything. Okay, so it's in English. And MX Zolo says, yep, pretty dope. Pretty dope. I'll look into it. So now I'm going to have a lot of things to watch. Twice likes everything. Cowboy Bebop is my favorite anime of all time. Holy cow! Well, you and Devin have some. Devin seems to know everything about everything. So uh, there you go. I'm Exolo, and you and Devin have a lot in common. Cowboy Bebop. Never heard of that, but Devin says it's an American series in the style of anime. Okay. Yes, Vanessa is a female name. Correct. And even Kurt's heard of Cowboy Bebop, and it has a great theme. And what is the theme of Cowboy Bebop, Kurt? Devin knows a little about way too much. You know about every single topic, but just enough to get by, right? Oh, are you talking about the theme song? It's called Tank. I see. The theme song. That's what you mean by Cowboy Bebop. Addy's okay. Addy's on the list for becoming a mod one day. He's psyched to be a mod one day. Yes, once we have lots of people in the chat, I will select more mods. I believe Jazz is on the list, and Yahya, and now Addy. But I think we're good with what we have for now. Because everyone seems to be very nice in the chat, and there's not too many modding issues that need to be taken care of. But once we have like hundreds of people in the chat, I watched the live stream today, and the guy had 17,000 people in his chat. Okay, now they weren't all chatting, but there's 17,000 people watching the live stream. Okay, it's called Agenda Free TV. And it's a news channel. He'd like, if you're not into watching the news and all that, and I didn't watch it for very long, but if you are into breaking news, watch Agenda Free TV, because he has thousands and thousands of people on his live stream. I don't even know how they do the modding. The chat is just flying. Definitely Jazz and Juanita are both mods for a number of different channels like T-Shods and Henry and Sapand and other channels as well. Check out our buddy Steve Lookner from Agenda Free TV. Lookner also has his own channel. We all good. You've seen Agenda Free TV. I mean, to have that many people, it's all about like news, and I don't necessarily like watching bad news, like war and all that stuff. But I just like to see how many people are on his live stream. That's one of the main reasons I log in, is just to see how popular this guy's live stream is. He shows breaking news coverage from Reuters and all these other channels, and it's kind of like watching CNN, but YouTube, you know what I mean? And it's better in many ways because there's no ads or anything. But yeah, to have 17,000 people in your live stream, well, let's just say I'm jealous. And people are flying super chats at him, $100 super chats, $50 super chats, like left and right. He's getting like all kinds of cash just thrown at him. It's awesome. He does a great job. Steve Lookner. Oh, you watched? Yes, he showed that. He has the Reuters news feed on his channel. Then he keeps himself in the corner, so he shows what's happening. So right now there's like stuff going on in Israel and Lebanon, and he's showing like all the bombings and all that stuff that's happening. I mean, you're not necessarily seeing bombing, but showing live cams of those places where all that stuff is happening. So it's pretty cool. Juanita's impressed. Yes, Stacy and Jenny are very popular female names. And are they famous singers too for K-pop? Not cheap to get the Reuters feeds. Yeah, right? I mean, it's probably pretty expensive to have the Reuters feed always like being shown on your channel, because they license that out mostly to like professional outfits and stuff. But Hey man, if you have 17,000 people on your live stream, and he only has like 450,000 subs, which is a lot, but compared to most people who have 450,000 subs aren't necessarily going to have 17,000 on his live stream. So a lot of people aren't even subbing to his channel, but the algorithm is pushing it out hard. So basically everyone who's logging into YouTube is seeing Agenda Free TV pop up on their feed. How do you get those feeds? You can go to the Reuters and you have to apply. It's not that simple. I mean, they have to approve you and stuff. Devin is also a great supportive and vigilant mod as well. Yes, I agree. Devin is a mod for a lot of different channels. He's been doing this for a while. So I've seen Devin Sullivan probably for in Johnny's and Action Kids channel for many, many years now. You can make money. For sure, Steve from Agenda TV makes a lot of money just from super chats. He probably gets like $500 every time every time he goes live. The ad revenue must be out of this world. I mean, because he's getting the views. When 17,000 people are watching your channel, that's not how many views you have. When the live stream is over, if you look at the views, it's going to be like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views. Because when somebody watches your channel and then they click off and then they click back on, that counts as like 2 views. I'm not exactly sure how the views work for live streams, but it's yeah, it's massive bucks coming his way. You've been around for a long time. You like Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. Ryan Reynolds is Canadian. And I believe him and Hugh are in that movie together, right? With Deadpool. They make between 10,000 and 20,000 a month on that channel. Yeah? Did you look that up? I believe that. Imagine making 15 grand a month just from YouTube, right? But he does very long live streams and is very dedicated to his channel. Yeah, Cynthia gets in trouble by Nightbot, but she never even did anything wrong. Elizabeth's like, wow, that is some serious cash. And yes, I agree. But like Devin said, Steve would have to pay, that channel would have to pay for the Reuters feed. But if you're making that much a month, it's worth paying for the Reuters feed, right? Six months on, 6 months off, really? Okay, well maybe I'll have to go into the Nightbot settings and turn some stuff off. I can disable some of the things where they automatically delete your chats, because I feel like sometimes people only put like three emojis in there and it's deleting it, which I feel is too little. X-Men is old school. Yeah, I haven't seen X-Men in a while, but those were probably the first Marvel movies that I watched. Yeah, for some reason my Nightbot is more pickier than other people's Nightbots. $300 million subscribers. Who has 300 million subscribers? I don't know too many channels that have that many subscribers. Oh yes, huge hurricane hit Florida. That's right. That's right. Why won't those guys move? Well, that's where they live, and I mean, hurricanes happen. You just got to deal with it. Yes, that's possible, Kurt. You were thinking of Nurse. She's only active part of the year. Okay, I haven't heard of that channel. Gaming streamer. Oh. Yeah, the hurricane footage is nuts. It is absolutely nuts. And I believe you can watch a lot of that on Agenda Free TV. It's crazy how people will go chasing hurricanes and chasing tornadoes and stuff like that, man. That is just not for me. You like Shang-Chi. Who's Shang-Chi? And Plush has family in Florida. Oh, well, hopefully they're not in the way of the hurricane. And if they are, hopefully they're taking shelter and they'll be okay. Not family friendly. Okay, Nurse. Is that the name of the YouTube channel? Maybe I'll check that out. And Patrick Stewart was Professor X in X-Men. Yes. Patrick Stewart. What a iconic actor from Star Trek and other many different TV shows. They're okay. That's good. What's cool in the world of biotech most of the public doesn't know about? Oh, good question. Not too much. Not too much, my friend. I don't have too much secrets to share. Right now, every company is working on obesity drugs. That's the thing now. All right, like Ozempic and Wegovy. If you're not working on one of those, forget it. I mean, basically, those are the big money makers right now. Nobody cares about any other diseases. Many of the other diseases have already been taken. They already have treatments out there for them. But people are paying big bucks to get thin now. And Ozempic and those kind of drugs are where it's at. Simu Liu is a Canadian actor. Very cool. I think I've heard that name before. Elizabeth likes X-Men. Bioprinting is very cool, but most everyone knows about it. Yes, bioprinting is interesting. And it's so sad that that Ozempic is the way of the future, right? Yep, Ryan Gosling. He grew up near where I grew up in. He grew up in London, Ontario, and I grew up in St. Thomas, Ontario, so very close to where I grew up. And he dated Rachel McAdams, who's also from St. Thomas, Ontario, who I actually went on a date with when I was in high school, Rachel McAdams. But Ryan actually dated her for a long period of time, and I thought they were going to get married, but it never happened. They were lovers in that movie, The Notebook, and then they fell in love in real life, which is very romantic. And they even recreated the famous kiss from Notebook on the MTV Movie Awards. There's a cost for everything. Good luck guessing what it will be with it. Yeah. The problem is it takes a long time to just get the drug on the market. So before you even put a drug on the market, you got to pay billions in research and development costs and doing all the clinical trials and all that. So by the time the drug gets approved, the company's already sunk in billions, literally billions, perhaps up to $10 billion, and years and years and years and years of hard work, research and development. So it's like we're talking 10, 12 years when someone first gets an idea in their head and then it finally comes to the market. It takes at least 10, 12, 15 years to get that drug onto the market. So much work goes into actually putting a drug on the market. It's almost insane. And so they have to charge massive amounts of money for that drug in order to make all their money back. Otherwise, it's not even worth it. You wouldn't be able to do it. You wouldn't have any money to actually pay any of your employees. Lots of popularity for Ozempic and Wegovy. I read there was some research in China. Yeah, China's doing a lot of stuff. Whoa, hold the phone. You went on a date with Rachel McAdams. Yes, I went to the semi-formal with Rachel McAdams when I was in 11th grade and she was in 10th grade. And I bought her a corsage, and it was like a formal date and everything. Yeah, and we stayed friends for a long time. I mean, we weren't in love or anything, but it was a date. We hung out, we danced at the dance, and it was so much fun. But I'll tell you this, however pretty you think she is now, when she was 16, she was like even hotter. She was probably the prettiest girl in our school. So yeah, Barbie movie stars those two. Oh, very cool. Who else is in my notebook, Casanova? I wish that's the only famous girl you guys will know. But yeah, she's a very cool girl, and I'm sure if I saw her today, I mean, her family still lives in St. Thomas. Yeah, she was a nice she was friend. We stayed friends for a while. She dated another one of my friends too. Very cool, right? And Jazz is liking the fact that I want to, and but this was a long time ago, guys. Okay, me and Rachel were not young. All right, so this was in the '90s, and Mr. Twice or Mrs. Twice says, "Have a good evening." He or she likes Karina from Espa, and I actually read about Espa today. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but they will be performing in Oakland soon. So the famous K-pop Espa will be coming to the Bay Area. So and people are getting very excited about that. Yes, it makes for a fun anecdote. Yes, that I was able to go on a date with Rachel. We didn't have too much in common. I was more of a go out and party guy, super popular with everybody, and she was kind of a nerd who hung out with her family most on Saturday nights and played games. So we were a little bit different in terms of our personalities. You don't know Rachel McAdams. She's in a few movies. She's in The Notebook. She's in the movie Mean Girls. Have you ever heard of Mean Girls? She's the main actress in that. And our good buddy Mark Davis comes in saying, "Hello, Robert. How are you? Nice to see you again. Good evening from Toronto." Mark, hello, sir. Welcome. I did meet Mark at the Triple T meetup. That was so much fun to see you there and to meet you in person. You have a good evening Twice. Enjoy all those songs and television shows and movies that you like. You sounds like you have watched a share fair of movies and listened to a share fair of music in your life. I'm tired of Rosling. Yes, Ryan Gosling. I dated Rachel before Ryan Gosling. Okay, just well, let's put that on the record. All right, so he is taking my I don't want to say sloppy seconds, but you know what I mean. Mean Girls, you've heard of? Yes, Mean Girls. She was Regina George in that movie, Mean Girls. Okay, I thought you were already said goodbye Twice. Yes, we love you too, Twice. And Addie's asking about the Blue Jays. Mark was wearing a Blue Jays jersey when I saw him, so he is a very big Blue Jay fan. As was I growing up, but I haven't followed baseball too much over the years. But if the Blue Jays won the World Series, I would not be upset. I would be very, very happy. Probably wouldn't be the same as when Joe Carter hit that homer, though. You saw Aloha. Is that. Yes, we will see you at the next one. Hopefully, well, I'm sure there will be a next one. Hopefully, I'll be able to attend the next Triple T, but I'll probably be in Canada before then. That was a great meetup to meet so many different people from the chat and so many different live streamers that work hard in Toronto and elsewhere, like Sapan and Liam and Yoshi, and of course Henry, who does very, very long live streams. More than twice, actually, Kurt. And Juanita saying, Plush, you had a very good recommendation there of Aloha. Aloha. Who's in Aloha? Blue Jays got blown out. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to be making the playoffs, right? The playoffs probably start pretty soon. It's almost October, right? Your favorite actors have always been Anchorman. Anchorman is a funny movie. Anchorman is a funny movie starring, oh, what's that guy's name again? We have Matt Bross with us. Good evening, Robert and fans. Welcome, Matt Bross from Ohio, deep in the heart of Ohio. Welcome, sir. Will Ferrell, famous actor, funny guy, very funny guy. Yeah, Anchorman was a good movie. He was good in that. And was it Christina Applegate that was in there with him? Christina Applegate's an iconic actress. I don't know if you guys watched Married with Children growing up, but Married with Children, man, that was a funny show. That was a funny show. Maybe a little politically incorrect, I guess one might say, for today's crowd who is so sensitive about how the way men talk to women and stuff like that. Because the way Al Bundy talked to his wife was a little harsh, but Married with Children was one heck of a show. It was one of the classic shows that came on Fox Broadcasting. When Fox first came out in the 80s, they had Married with Children, they had Simpsons, In Living Color, Tracy Ullman Show, and all these really, really iconic, funny shows that you don't see anymore. But they were all very, I guess you would call risque and somewhat politically incorrect in this day and age. I'm not a baby. I'm a man. I'm an anchor man. Exactly. Aloha is what you're talking about. I'll check out that one. Oh, Rachel was in Aloha. Now I remember. Rachel McAdams is in that movie Aloha. Yes, yes. And she's also in a movie, I can't remember what it's called, but they travel through time or something like that. Time Traveler's Wife, maybe? Blue Jays have been out of the playoff race for months now. Yeah, I figured that. I think I did look at the standings, and they weren't. They were at the bottom of their division, I believe. 60% of the time, it works every time. Yeah, that's a good saying, Kurt. And Matt's liking the fact that I can bring up chats now. I like it too. I like everybody able to see the chat on screen. They might not be reading the chat there. And so, you can kind of see your name here and, see some of the chat's messages. Not necessarily all of them. When you guys are talking to each other, I don't highlight those ones. But I can just select. I have this plugin that I put on Chrome. It's a Chrome extension. And when you pop out the chat, it works. So you just click on any chat and it'll pop up on my screen. It's so easy. I don't blame you for not. It's hard to watch movies with your ex. No, I can watch movies with her. It's not like I was in love with her or anything. Last time I talked to her was actually after the Notebook came out. Rachel made a trip to St. Thomas, our hometown, and she did like some signing event. I didn't go to the signing event, but I gave her a phone call. I read that she was there for the signing, so I called her house, and she still had the same phone number, and we talked for like a couple hours. Oh, you Googled her. Okay. Nice. Yes. Well, Rachel's a good actress. She was trained. She did she trained at the York University. She took drama school there, so she's a trained actress. She's maybe not as a natural actress as some actresses like Lindsay Lohan, but she is good actress. She doesn't. Sometimes she looks a little. I don't want to say she looks fake, but some of her movies maybe. But some of her movies, she's very natural. She's very natural. You like gimmicks? I know. I like this too. I mean, I think I watch a guy named Traveling with Russell, and he does home live streams as well. And I like the fact that he can pull up the chats and let everybody see what people are saying. Married with Children, you still watch the repeats. You love the episode Moon Men Took My Socks. Yes, I think I remember that one. Al Bundy is probably one of the greatest characters that's ever been written. And I liked Bud too. Bud, I loved Bud on that show. I don't know why, but Bud was my favorite. He was so like sarcastic and just a funny dude. Can't remember the actor's name who played Bud. Anyone remember that? There was Christina Applegate who played. Geez, I don't even remember her name on the show now. Peggy was played by. I can't remember that actress's name either, but if you guys put it in there, it'll come back to me. Lindsay Lohan did her finest work in Herbie Fully Loaded, robbed of an Oscar. Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen that one. Lindsay Lohan was really good in, what's it called? Mean Girls. David Faustino played Bud. That's a name from the past. David Faustino, absolutely. And Peggy's real name is what again? Katie Seagal? Katie Seagal? Haven't spotted one plane. Oh, yes, the airport. I don't live near the airport. We've just passed the 2-hour mark, folks. Remember to like and subscribe. I feel like tonight's live stream is going by fairly quickly. I'm surprised we've already reached the 2-hour mark. Katie Seagal, what an iconic actress. And she is going to be in One Piece Season 2. What is that? Is that a comedy or is that a drama? I know, I didn't even do the trivia. Katie Seagal, the name came to me. I don't know how, just because I can read her name on the opening credits somehow. David Faustino as well. Mark says, let's go Pittsburgh Steelers. Are you a fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers? One Piece is a Netflix TV series adaptation of a famous anime show. Interesting. So it's live action, but it used to be... Oh, or is she playing one of the voices? Dirtweed enjoyed that. Marcy Darcy, the next door neighbor. She was hilarious. Al used to make so much fun of her. He hated her. I mean, well, hated is a strong word, but you know how it is on that show. He hated everybody, but he was a shoe salesman. You've seen One Piece, eh? Okay, I should check it out. And we have our good buddy Frosty Arcades is here. Frosty's here. Welcome, Frosty. I think Matt is Robert. Well, I don't know what that means. Jefferson was married with children is in Shrinking. Oh, Jefferson. The guy who was married to Marcy Darcy. Yes. That's right. There was Marcy and Jefferson, the next door neighbors. Mark says, I'm a Bills fan. A lot of people from Toronto, a lot of people from Ontario and Canada in general are Bills fans because we live close to Buffalo. I was never a Bills fan, though. Never liked the Bills. They lost too many Super Bowls in a row. Matt's a Steelers fan. That makes sense because Matt lives in Ohio and, well, they probably have teams in Ohio as well, right? Or is that the closest team to where you live, Matt? Ohio's known for its college football team, The Ohio State University. And you like the Bears. They're 1-2. Cleveland Browns and Cincinnati are both from Ohio, but you don't like either of those teams. You like Pittsburgh. Yes, Cincinnati and Cleveland are both the major cities there in Ohio. Plush says, go 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers are famous all throughout North America. People like them no matter where you're from. I feel like they're one of those teams. They had such famous players back in the day, you know, like Joe Montana and all those guys, and they won so many Super Bowls that they generated a lot of fans from all throughout North America. So even like Henry's a Niners fan, and he grew up in Toronto. You grew up closer to Pittsburgh than Cleveland. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yes, Henry from Toronto Tech in Transit mentioned that he loves the 49ers. And I grew up with a lot of fans of the 49ers in St. Thomas. Even kids from my hometown love the 49ers. Frosty's a Chargers fan. The Chargers used to play in San Diego, right? But didn't they move to LA now? I don't like it when teams switch cities. 49ers are owned by the DeBartolos, who live in Youngstown, Ohio. Good to know. I knew they were owned by the DeBartolos, but I didn't know that they lived in Youngstown. And Addie likes the Giants, 49ers, and Golden State. So Addie likes all of the San Francisco teams. The San Francisco Giants, the 49ers, and Golden State. And why do you love San Francisco so much, Addie Love? If you're from Toronto. Hung out in Niagara Falls this week. Close to Scotty, who lives in St. Catharines, Ontario. You like even the Golden State Warriors more than the Raptors, Addie? And you like the Giants more than the Blue Jays? Obviously, Canada doesn't have an NFL team. Do you guys think Canada should get an NFL team like Toronto? Should get an NFL team? I think so, right? I think they could support that. There's so many football fans. Ever since I was growing up, like I watched NFL, and so did all of my friends. We watched NFL a lot more than we watch CFL. I don't think I've even watched too many CFL games in my life, maybe one or two. He says, not if it hurts the CFL. Well, I mean, that's like saying, you can't have a Walmart because it hurts the small businesses, but there's still a lot of Walmarts around, you know what I'm saying? Especially in Canada. I don't think it would hurt the CFL. I think people who like the CFL like the CFL. I think people who like the NFL like the NFL. I don't think people who don't watch CFL are all of a sudden going to start watching CFL. CFL is kind of like something either you like it or you don't. You know what I mean? I don't know too many people that really watched CFL growing up. And you love the San Francisco Giants. Yes, Skydome is not big enough for NFL. NFL, you got to have at least 75,000 people. So they'd have to build one somewhere. Maybe out in Scarborough or something. Mark's sharing with us that he has met Christine 4 times before. That's awesome, Mark. Toronto will support an NFL team. They will absolutely. They have so many people in Toronto. Toronto's just oozing people. And having an NFL team wouldn't be a problem. They could easily have that. They could easily have a second NHL team and fill the stadium every single night. Build it where the Science Center was. That's a good idea. I think you would have support for that, to be honest with you. I think people would love to have an NFL team. Plush says she is a Chicago Bulls fan. Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time, hands down. No one comes close. You don't watch anymore, just the highlights. Gotcha. I met Adam from Hidden Jackpots. Adam from Hidden Jackpots was at the Triple T meetup, Kurt, as was Christine. So I met both of them at the Triple T meetup. Yeah, Adam's a nice guy, very nice guy. And Frosty says he likes the Lakers. He's a Lakers fan. Lakers are good too. Very iconic team. Lakers have LeBron, I believe, right? "13 folks in the chat. Make sure you click like and subscribe. Oh, you met him twice in Niagara. Oh, cool. And Plush says that's her second favorite team, the Chicago Bulls. What is for supper tonight? I was planning on getting some Mexican food from a restaurant down the street. They actually have drive-through, so I might get enchiladas. They come with rice, beans, two enchiladas. It has like all kinds of sauce, and then you have chips and salsa on the side that comes for free, and so it's a great deal for like $11, and it really fills you up. It's a lot of food. So I'll probably go to El Faro. El Faro, that's the Mexican place. And the best part is they have drive-through, so you don't even have to get out of your car. I know, and it's right. It is Mexican drive-through, and it's authentic Mexican drive-through, which is the best part. And it's right beside a Taco Bell. Actually, there's a Taco Bell right beside El Faro, which is hilarious. And then there's a McDonald's right beside that. So it goes McDonald's, Taco Bell, El Faro, and there is a Dollar Tree somewhere in between. Yeah, when they make fresh salsa, this is like a nice spicy fresh salsa. You can tell it's fresh and it's got a kick to it. It's an excellent salsa, and you dip those homemade nacho chips in there. Can't beat it. Christine oozes charm, just a beautiful lady. I would agree with you, Addie, absolutely. It's after 5. Need to make here. It's after 8, and I still haven't eaten dinner. I haven't eaten since probably 1 o'clock when I had McDonald's for lunch. I've been in the same place as Adam, but years ago I need to re-meet Adam. Mark. I love the Michael Jordan era. 6 NBA championships. What a dynasty. That was the greatest time to watch basketball, period. I mean, it was so exciting in those days when Michael Jordan ruled the league, and everyone, oh man, and there was, Scottie Pippen was on his team, and there were some other good teams that he would always beat, like Utah with Karl Malone, and a couple other teams that he would that were like major rivals to Michael Jordan, but none of them could beat Michael Jordan. He just kept winning and winning and winning. Yes, McDonald's has value menus. Yep. It's not super cheap, but they have like a $5 combo now, and I think you basically just get like small fries and a McChicken and a soda, which that's not enough to fill you up, but it's good for like a kid, you know. Addie likes Thai and Italian, both very good cuisines. And you're going to Niagara Falls just after Thanksgiving, says Mark. And Dirtweed still has some Jordan posters hanging out somewhere, right? When he was doing that one where he was flying for the slam dunk championship, and he dunked from the free throw line. Oh my God. And he's like flying through the air with his tongue stuck out. Iconic. Absolutely iconic. Basketball was just so cool back then. We'll probably go for another 15 minutes or so, because now that we're talking about food, I'm obviously getting very hungry. Yep, that's the one. That's the famous poster you have, right? That's one of the most famous posters of all time. That slam dunk championship was just next level. But then Vince Carter came around, and he had some amazing slam dunk championships as well. The time when Vince Carter was in the league was also very exciting. It was also very exciting because the Raptors were doing well. They didn't win the championship, but they made the playoffs a few times and came close to, moving on. You had some toast, but now you're going to sign off and wind down. Well, you have an excellent evening, Devin. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one, sir. You take care, my friend. You saw Michael Jordan against the Raptors. Wow, there was more Bulls fans than Raptors. Yeah, man, that must have been a while back. It's cool you got to see Michael Jordan in real life, man. That's so amazing. Night, Devin. It was Jordan versus Dominique Wilkins back then. Dominique was an amazing dunker and a pretty good player too. Dominique was very good. I forgot about Dominique Wilkins, but yeah, he was excellent. And yeah, him and Jordan competed a lot against each other for the dunk contest. But Dominique played for, I believe, Atlanta, which was never very good. And Clyde the Glide Drexler for the Portland Trailblazers was really good. Christine St. Clair is retiring permanently after the end of the season. She will be missed for sure. Who's Christine St. Clair? Never heard that name before. I've never heard of Christine St. Clair. And what season is she retiring for? Is that some sport? She played Team Canada soccer. Oh, okay. Yeah, that name does ring a bell now. Team Canada is pretty good in female soccer. Maybe not. Even in men's soccer, they didn't do that bad. I believe I saw them playing against Argentina there in the gold, what I think that Copa Americana Cup. Did you watch that live, Addy, or you saw that on TV? Yeah, Canadian men aren't that bad at soccer now. I mean, they just have to be more clutch and get those penalty shots, get those penalties to go in when they have a chance. Christine Sinclair, not St. Clair. That's why I was a little confused. I believe you wrote St. Clair here, but it's actually Christine Sinclair, the captain of the women's soccer team, is spelled this way, right? Vince Carter is in Toronto, and they're going to retire his jersey. That's awesome. He deserves that. He was one of the Raptors' greatest players of all time, if not the greatest player that the Raptors ever had. So he deserves that. It's okay that they didn't win a championship with him. You can't just magically win championships just because you have a couple good players. But I think Vince definitely deserves that. I don't know if he's necessarily a Hall of Famer in my book, but he's certainly Toronto's greatest player. Yeah, maybe he's a Hall of Famer. Why not, right? Okay, cool. Cool. Good for him. He deserves that. The colors of the leaves. What a beautiful place to be in the fall is Niagara, right? Ontario in general has so many trees, so many, of the trees that change leaves like maple, oaks, and walnuts, and they look so nice in the fall. But then when the fall ends, you're hitting winter, and it's just so bleak for so many months. So the fall is beautiful, but man, that winter is just. Well, maybe it won't snow that much. Didn't it? If I recall, my dad said it didn't snow that much in St. Thomas last winter. So maybe snow is going to be less from now on in the Great Lakes region. Yeah, you got to watch the fall foliage. It's beautiful in New England too, like in Vermont. That's where you really want to go. They've got highways there that are lined with trees on both sides as far as the eye can see, and you just see like so much of the fall foliage there. It's quite beautiful. I'm sure Ontario has similar, and Quebec too. When am I coming back to Toronto? I don't have any plans, but I might be there for Christmas. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the snow or traveling in that kind of weather, but I'm not sure what my plans are for Christmas time yet. But I will let all you guys know if I'm going to be in Toronto, and maybe we could have a meet up in Toronto. Addy does not like the Raptors or the Knicks. He likes the Jazz and Golden State. Sports quiz next time. We could do a sports quiz next time. Today we're not going to do any quizzes because I'm going to let you go in a few minutes. But next time I will like set up a quiz, and yeah, we can fire that up. Likewise, I'm looking forward to it as well. Next time I come back. Addy's taking off. He says, "Good night, everyone. Be safe. You too, Addy. We will see you on the next one. Take care, sir." NHL is starting soon. Go Leafs, go! Yeah, the Leafs have some good players. The Leafs have some really good quality players like Austin Matthews and Marner. So maybe they will do something. Maybe they'll make. They're starting to get better and better as the years go on. Like with these good young players that they have. So maybe they will make it deep into the playoffs. Winning the Stanley Cup, let's not go overboard, guys. We're talking about the Leafs here. So, but maybe they will, you know, do a good playoff run. Yes, next. Thanks, chatting was good. Looking forward. Yes, Plush. Nice to see you. On the next one, we'll do trivia. We could do sports trivia. We could do sports, music, movies, history. We could do anything. Yeah, the season is the playoffs. I mean, when once you make it to the playoffs in hockey, you have a good chance of winning it. So they just have to make it. Take care, Addie. Yes, it's time for me to get something to eat. I am definitely hungry. I haven't had anything since lunch. So thank you, Plush Mickey. Thank you, Elizabeth. I will be going to get that Mexican food now. Caught the replay of your music stream. You love Zeppelin and Pink Floyd. Me too. Of course. Yes, Zeppelin. I love Zeppelin and Pink Floyd. They're next level bands. I mean, I like classic rock and dance music. Those are my favorite two genres. And yes, when it comes to classic rock, Zeppelin and Pink Floyd are top of the heap. I like the Beatles. I like the Rolling Stones, but I feel like Zeppelin and Pink Floyd are next level. I like the Who. I like a lot of different bands. Eric Clapton. All the great rock and roll guys from the classic rock era. I love and all those great bands. But I feel like Zeppelin and Pink Floyd are kind of the sort of the top two in my list. But I am going to say my goodbyes now. This was a very fun stream. Um, we talked a lot about different movies and music and everything else that we enjoy. And you guys taught me a lot about anime. And I have a bunch of series now that I have to binge watch, like Gilmore Girls. I was going to say Golden Girls. You guys ever watch Golden Girls back in the day? Gilmore Girls and what was the other ones here? I'll have to go back and find and look at the chat and see what you guys recommended. But now I have some stuff that I can stream. Yes, it was very fun, Juanita. Thank you so much for joining, Juanita. Thank you for modding, Juanita. Thank you so much, Plush Mickey, Elizabeth. You have a very nice evening in Hawaii. Take care, Mr. Scotty Dirtweed. How are you? As well as Mr. Mark Davis. Nice seeing Robert. See you all again. Nice having you in the chat, Mark. You're an absolute delight. As are all of you. Well, Gilmore Girls not for you. No, I'm gonna check it out because everyone says Gilmore Girls is good. Cynthia says I will love Gilmore Girls. Thank you very much, Cynthia. You have an excellent evening. Goodbye to Jazz and Kurt and everyone else who I may have missed. Scotty, Plush, Mark, Juanita, Addie, and anyone else who may have missed. I will play a little song for you to say goodbye. Yes, I enjoy these hangouts too. It's great hanging out with all of you, and we will see you on the next one, all right? Frosty's watching Gilmore Girls right now, so it looks like we have a lot of Gilmore Girls fans. I'm going to have to check that out. You guys said T-Shots liked it too, so I'm sure it's going to be good. So I'll let you know how it went, and if I like the first few episodes, I will. And Boom comes in with a last minute chat saying, I don't know about Gilmore Girls, but I'm definitely enjoying a New Zealand Merlot. Oh, Boom knows how to eat and drink, man. Like, the guy is always drinking some sort of fancy wine and eating fancy food. So that's awesome, Boom. Nice to see you, Boom. Unfortunately, you missed most of the live stream unless you were here lurking, but we'll see you on the next one. Yes, it's on Netflix. I'm gonna look that up. Jess or Dean, I'm not sure. We're gonna find out. Take care, Boom, and we will see you guys soon.